With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
The following sports special is a broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR, Martinsburg. It's time for the fun of a summertime tradition with Little League All-Star Baseball.
Play ball!
And now, let's go to the ballpark and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team with today's pregame show.
Welcome back to the Jefferson County Little League Baseball Complex as we welcome in at our quick pregame show brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Buy your next vehicle online and they'll deliver to you. If you don't like it, they'll take it back. Visit them online at FordHagerstown.com. Here in the 10 to 12-year-old baseball District 6 Area 1 tournament, it is now time to crown a champion as Jefferson takes on South Berkeley here in this ball game. I'm Colin McLaughlin. Alongside me is Nick Verzolini, Kyler High, Alec Epperson, our camera crew. Back in the studio is Dylan Bishop. Take a look here at how both teams got here. For South Berkeley, they are 2-0 so far in the tournament after defeating Morgan County 15-0 game 1. And then yesterday getting a 4-3 win over Hedgesville. For Jefferson, they're 1-0 with a 12-1 win yesterday over Martinsburg. So now, let's get today's starting lineups for this game, brought to you by Floor Pools. Make every day better with a hot tub or swimming pool. Floor Pools has locations in Martinsburg, Chambersburg, and Hagerstown. First, we'll go with today's designated visiting team in Jefferson. Leading off for them and playing in center field is 00 Beckner Dupree. Batting second at shortstop, number 4, Paxton Thomas. Batting third, extra hitter, number 1, Trent Smedick. Batting fourth at first base, number 13, is Cole Willis. Batting fifth, second baseman, number 22, Austin Corey. Batting sixth, another extra hitter, number 21, Cannon Griffith. Batting seventh, catcher number 8, Callan Fletcher. Batting eighth, extra hitter number 44, Jackson Garrett. Batting ninth in right field, number 9, Ethan McCreary. Batting 10th, left fielder number 50, Connor Craze. Batting 11th, pitching number 7, Braden Kearns. Batting 12th at third base, number 12, Leighton Carney. And that is your lineup for Jefferson. Now for South Berkeley, leading off at shortstop, number 31, Brock Corbin. Batting second, right fielder number 99, Hudson Hostetter. Batting third in center field, number 7, Quinn Custer. Batting fourth, the catcher number 22, Matthew Remsburg. Batting fifth, the pitcher number 3, Connor Risler. Batting sixth at third base, number 70, Ryan Ferber. Batting seventh at first base, number 16, Jackson Dunham. Batting eighth at second base, number 12, Anthony Paulos. Batting ninth, extra hitter number 2, Blake Benjamin. Batting 10th, left fielder number 17, Steven Strickler. Batting 11th, extra hitter number 88, Colton Nichols. And that is your starting lineups for both teams here. We will step aside and take a 2-minute break, and on the other side of that 2-minute break, get you first pitch for this ball game between Jefferson and South Berkeley. You're tuned into the Little League All-Star Baseball action on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Back in 2 minutes.
You have choices when it comes to appliance repair, but before you call a large corporate chain, consider what BW Appliance brings to the table. BW Appliance Repair offers fast in-home appliance repair services to the eastern panhandle of West Virginia, including Jefferson County and Berkeley County. We strive for professionalism, dedication, and honesty. Call us today at 304-279-8858 to schedule immediate service. You can also visit us online at bwappliance.repair.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanic Insurance Companies. For over a century, we have been dedicated to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. We specialize in auto, home, farm, and business insurance. Our products are backed with personal, hands-on service. You can trust us to protect what matters most to you. For all of your insurance needs, there's Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies.
This new Rockstar Rewards card really rocks. You get 3 times more points and other cool stuff. It can turn water into gas. Boom! You get 10 cents off a gallon for the first 30 days and 3 cents after that.
You have 1,000 points.
Out of the bag. It's like stealing candy from a baby. Bam! It's a piece of cake. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. They even give you a free gift on your birthday. Woohoo! And it turns water into wine.
No.
Get the new Rockstar Rewards card and get more stuff.
It's a no-brainer.
In the market for a new vehicle? Then look no further than CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg and CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg, all in one convenient location. We have hundreds of new and used vehicles available, so you'll be sure to find exactly what you're looking for. And with CMA's Love It or Leave It promise and our lifetime powertrain warranty, you can buy with confidence. Visit us online at CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg.com and CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg.com, where owners just care more.
We welcome you back here as it's almost time for first pitch between Jefferson and South Berkeley. Our top of the first inning will be brought to you by Brown Funeral Homes and Cremation, Robert Fields and Sons, proudly serving our area since 1880. First, now we'll welcome in Nick Verzolini, my broadcast partner. Nick just had one game earlier today. It was a big win for Martinsburg over Morgan County, 18-0, which means Morgan County has been eliminated, and Martinsburg will take on Hedgesville tomorrow. But overall, pretty good tournament, and looking forward here to a championship opportunity for one of these two teams.
Yeah, obviously, Jefferson a little bit fresher, and in a lot of ways, South Berkeley, even though they played an extra game, it was only 3 innings, and they didn't use too much of their pitching. Rizzler, who's pitching in this game, started that game. I think he only threw 17 pitches. So they get their number one guy back for this one, and both teams have shown a great ability to hit the baseball and just put up some runs. So that's been the standout between these two teams in the first 2 games. 12 runs for Jefferson, or for some of them just one game. 15 runs for South Berkeley in that first one, and then was able to get a nice win against Hedgesville yesterday in a tough, hard-earned victory. So pitching's been impressive for South Berkeley. They've had plenty of hits as well to go along with that. And for Jefferson, we only saw them once, but anytime you beat a Martinsburg team 12-1, usually Martinsburg's got a pretty good, baseball. It's a great baseball area. The whole area is good, so it's kind of like what we talk about at the high school level, while Jefferson has kind of been, I guess, the dominant high school program, and at times they've been dominant here at the Little League level as well. Any given year, any given night, these other schools and these other programs, when it comes to Little League, have their teams ready, and they can play at some of the top levels as well. So, yeah, I really like this South Berkeley team. I got to see them put up 15 against Morgan County in their first game, and yesterday they had a hard-fought win against Hedgesville, who's, again, always a tough team. So, Jefferson, they bring a lot of familiar guys back. They got a good lineup. They got a Dupree, which we know, I believe he is Sven Dupree's younger brother. So, they can play. I mean, you get the best of Jefferson County out there against some of the best of South Berkeley. So should be fun, Colin. Should be another good one. I would expect a similar game to what we had against between South Berkeley and Hedgesville, some sort of 5-3 type of game.
Yeah. I see.
I'd be surprised if we get another run rule. But then again, Jefferson just dominated Martinsburg, so maybe they are, again, one of those type of Jefferson teams that are just so much better than everybody else. But I don't really expect that in this one.
South Berkeley has taken the field to begin warm-ups. Let's get our starting battery brought to you by Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street, Martinsburg. Call 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page. For South Berkeley, it's Connor Risler on the mound, Matthew Remsburg doing the catching, and for Jefferson, it will be Braden Kearns and then Callan Fletcher catching. So the winner will be the Area 1 champions here in District 6 and advance to the District 6 tournaments, which will take place July 3rd and 4th in Moorfield, as Area 2 getting to host this year. So we'll have coverage of that for you as well on July 3rd and 4th on Talk Radio WRNR, TV 10, and our YouTube page. Risler gets some warm-ups here tossed in. Defensively around him, at first base it's Jackson Dunham, second base Anthony Paulus, shortstop's Brock Corbin, third base Ryan Ferber, left field Steven Strickler, center field Quinn Custer, and right field is Hudson Hostetter. Jefferson, it'll be Dupree, Thomas, Smedick in the 1-2-3 spots here to begin this top of the first inning, as the final warm-up throw has been completed for Risler. Our first pitch is brought to you by the Mirius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors, John Everson and Phil McCoy. Stop by 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg or call them at 304-263-4343.
Well, we did learn it is pronounced Risler, not Risler. So,
our apologies to Connor.
The Risler, though.
Yeah, he's the Risler.
So I'm not sure if he just wants to change it.
You never
or
know.
If that's the pronunciation. But either way, I respect it.
First pitch is taken for strike one by Dupree to begin this ball game. So an 0-1 count now as Risler sets, nods to his catcher Remsburg for the call. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and it's a fastball high, swung through by Dupree for strike two. So an early 0-2 count here to the leadoff hitter for Jefferson. It's the 0-2 pitch. Just low for a ball. The count now 1-2 to Dupree. Risler walks around the mound now before stepping on the rubber. Looks down the lane, now sets. And the 1-2 pitch incoming. That misses for ball two.
They're trying to keep it low. Dupree had a real nice, I believe it was a double or maybe even a triple yesterday. He had one hit off the wall.
And he sends this one into right center, and it's down and will roll to the fence as he rounds first. Heading to second to throw from Custer behind the bag, and it's a leadoff double for Dupree to kick things off here in the top of the first for Jefferson.
Made a great start for Jefferson.
Striding to the plate, number 4, Paxton
Big hit.
Thomas.
Anytime at this level you get one of those like true extra base hits, no errors behind them, it's always pretty impressive.
It's Paxton Thomas now up to bat. He'll step in here against Connor Risler with the runner on second. First pitch. Breaking ball that misses low for ball one to Thomas. Thomas gets the numbers called out from his third base coach. A look at his wristband for the sign. He'll square to bunts, pulls the bat back as the ball goes past Remsburg to the backstop. Dupree takes third on the play.
Yeah. We got all of our cameras working now as well. So
there you go. Good to hear that. So 2-0 count to Thomas. Risler looks over at the runner at third. Sets, kicks, fires, and the pitch high for ball three to Thomas. So 3-0 count with Trent Smedick on deck for Jefferson. Already has a runner on third. Thomas steps in. Rizzler sets the throw. Fastball at the knees for a strike. The count now 3-1. Thomas takes a few practice swings before stepping back in. He's ready to go. So is Rizzler. So 3-1. Catches the outside part of the plate for strike 2. Is the count now full? 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Runner at third here for Jefferson in the top of the first.
This has been a good at-bat for Thomas. Both guys really battling though here. Rizzler with a great pitch on the outside corner.
Remsburg looking like he's setting up there again as the pitch from Rizzler. Grounded by Thomas and goes off the leg of the first baseman Dunham and sails into right center field. But Thomas gets a single. Dupree scores, and it's 1-0 here in the top of the first as Jefferson leads South Berkeley.
Now batting number 1, Trent Smack.
Yeah, he just couldn't handle that. I mean, hit it, took kind of a weird bounce there, and Dunham couldn't handle it. So, well hit ball. And for Jefferson, they get the first run across.
Breaking ball. Remsburg has it ricochet off of him, and taking off to second is Thomas. The throw too high. It's Thomas now standing at second. A 1-0 count to Smedic.
Smedic, of course, one of the stars of last year's tournament.
Cost time.
Known for his swagger, I'd say.
Yeah, he's one that wears the emotion on his sleeves, not afraid to hide it as he holds the bat back but twists the body around. It's a strike, so the count 1-1 now to Trent Smedic.
And in order to play that way, you know, you got to be one of the top players. And he had some great moments last year in the tournament. It's a lot of fun to watch.
Pitch inside. Ball. Count now 2-1. Yeah, he was able to get that big strikeout against Hedgesville last year to save the game for Jefferson. Got a 2-1 count now to him. Runner at second. Pitch from Rizzler. Smedic pops up into foul territory down the first baseline. Dunham makes the catch. Tagging up is Thomas as no throw down over to third.
Well, you don't see that very often. A tag up on an infield fly there. But, hey, you advance the runner. I mean, not how you traditionally do it. But Jefferson will take that.
Yeah, only 1 out. Runner at third now, 1-0. It's Jefferson leading South Berkeley here in the top of the first. And that'll bring up Willis as Rizzler's pitch. Willis fouls away for strike 1.
Please return all foul balls to the playing area. Thank you.
Sun starting to set down here. Playing with the eyes of a few guys out there possibly. As Willis steps out for a brief moment and calls time. Step back in here against Rizzler. The 0-1 pitch. Catches the inside part of the plate for strike 2 as that one looked like it was about to hit Willis but then dropped into the zone and froze him. 0-2 count with 1 out. So Rizzler sets. Wind up and the pitch. And it is grounded by Willis to the shortstop Corbin. His throw to first is there for out number 2. But Thomas comes home to score, making it 2-0 Jefferson leading South Berkeley here in the top of the first now.
Now coming into play, number 22, Austin Corey.
So Austin Corey now up the bat with 2 down and nobody on.
Yeah, good job by Jefferson, though, to manufacture that run across. Like I said, it wasn't your traditional way of doing it, but it worked out for them. They get the run in, and 2-0 lead's a good way to start a game for your pitcher.
First pitch to Corey from Rizzler, high for ball 1.
South Berkeley's not doing a bad job, though. They're keeping the ball in the infield for the most part, besides the Dupree hit earlier.
2 runs on 2 hits so far. 2-0 count to Corey now. Rizzler sets. Takes a leg up, and here's the pitch, and that gets past Remsburg as it's inside for ball 3.
One that maybe Dunham could have had down there at first. It was a tough hop. But sometimes things just don't go your way. Especially, at this level, it's hard to say that was an error, but...
Yeah, I ruled it as a single.
And that's fair.
I thought it was just too hard of a hit ball.
I mean, he did hit it well.
Squares it to 3-0 to bunts, pulls the bat back as the pitch outside. So it's a 4-pitch walk with 2 outs. Austin Corey makes his way down to first base, and that'll bring up Griffith first. Remsburg wants to talk with his battery partner and Rizzler. Give him a quick little few words of encouragement. And now we'll get a full meeting with the coach. It's 2-0 here in the top of the first. Jefferson leading South Berkeley. There's Rizzler wiping the sweat off while being talked to here. It is still a very warm one here in Shenandoah Junction, West Virginia.
Warm is an understatement.
Yeah, hot. Really hot, however you want to say. I was in between games, relaxing in my car, cranked the AC, and looked down to see what the temperature on my car was reading, and it said 102. So.
Yeah, I was seeing like 90, 97. So.
Yeah, mine was definitely an unofficial temperature, but
it's hot.
Yes.
That's for sure.
Here's the pitch, and that is high for a ball to begin the at-bat for Griffith.
It's going to continue to get hotter and hotter and hotter.
Yeah, next 2 days.
I did see something, somebody had a weather report where they had a typo. So it was going to be 895 on Saturday, Colin.
895, we'd be dead, as the next pitch is a strike. Count 1-1 to Griffith.
So that was a concern, I guess.
Yeah.
But good thing is it's not going to be 895 on Saturday. It's going to be 89, I believe.
Next pitch, Griffith pops up to shallow left field. Charging in on it is Strickler, and he'll make the catch to end the inning. But 2 runs come across for Jefferson on 2 hits. Only 1 left stranded at the bottom of the first. It's Jefferson 2, South Berkeley nothing. Take a 1-minute break. This is Little League All-Star Action on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Insurance companies like to play games. They say they're on your side, but they aren't. We have a team that can handle any curveball they throw. At Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, you get a dedicated lawyer, and every case gets a team effort. So you get nearly 150 combined years of experience going to bat for you. And we like to win. Join the team that takes your personal injury case seriously. Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. We play hardball.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
We welcome you back as we head to the bottom of the first, which is brought to you by the Larry DeMarco team at Century 21 Modern Realty Results. Looking for a home in the tri-state area? Call the Larry DeMarco team at 304-250-3551 or visit them online at www.modernrealtyresults.com. 2-0, Jefferson leads South Berkeley as South Berkeley grabs the bats for the first time tonight against Braden Kearns. Defensively, this is how Jefferson's aligned. Kearns pitching, Fletcher catching, Cole Willis at first base, Austin Corey at second base, Paxton Thomas is the shortstop, Leighton Carney's at third base, and from left to right in the outfield it goes Connor Craze, Beckner Dupree, and Ethan McCreary as Brock Corbin will come up to bat for South Berkeley.
Corbin's had a good tournament. He's been very efficient leadoff hitter for this South Berkeley team, which obviously has had a lot of offense.
That's the first pitch to Corbin. Misses for ball one. Yeah, he also pitched yesterday. Did a great job. Is the 1-0. I'll take for a strike, so the count 1-1. Apologies for the glare of the sun for those tuned in on TV10 or our YouTube stream. Corbin squares to bunt and misses for strike 2.
That might be a little bit better there as long as that camera stays up.
Yeah, the heat been giving that camera some issues as well, I know. But 1-2 count here to Corbin as Kearns pitch. Fouled back by Corbin to stay alive with the 1-2 count.
You can't really see the pitcher there, but you can at least see the batter in the strike zone, so that'll work.
Yeah, kind of trying to get it through the fence there for you as the pitch runs high, the count 2-2.
Yes, a pretty good crowd today for this championship, as expected.
Next pitch in the dirt for a ball. The count now full, 3 balls, 2 strikes to Corbin. He'll step back in. Here comes the payoff pitch, and it's just fouled off by Corbin, getting a piece of it off the end of the bat to stay alive. Great pitch by Kearns, getting him to chase, but even better 2-strike approach there by Corbin. Here comes the 8th pitch of the at-bat. The 3-2 breaking ball, swing and a miss. Down goes Corbin as he was way off of that one for out number 1.
Yeah, great first at-bat there on the mound. I mean, you get into a 3-2 count, still able to fight back and get the strikeout, so good pitching.
Hostetter up to the plate now for South Berkeley. Pitch from Kearns. Misses outside for ball 1 to Hostetter. Hostetter wipes his bat off before stepping back in. Goes through his routine. It's the pitch from Kearns. It's taken for a strike. The count now 1-1 to Hostetter. 2-0. Jefferson leads South Berkeley here in the bottom of the first. South Berkeley with 1 out, nobody on. As they swing and a miss for strike 2 as Hostetter chases one dropping into the dirt from Kearns. Kearns trying to get back-to-back strikeouts as the 1-2, swing and a miss. He gets it for out number 2. As he blew that fastball right by the swing of Hostetter.
Kearns might be a tough guy to get a hold of. I mean, at least so far. 2 batters, 2 strikeouts. Doesn't get much better than that, Colin.
Yeah, starting off strong as the first pitch. Quinn Custer up to bat. He holds the bat back, says the home plate umpire, as that is ball 1. A 1-0 count. This is the next pitch from Kearns. It's in front of home plate for ball 2 and goes to the backstop as Fletcher retrieves it. I'll hand it to the umpire who already tossed out a new baseball to Kearns as he picks up the rosin bag and sets himself back up on top of the pitcher's mound. Next pitch. Custer grounds right to the first baseman, Willis, and he'll step on the first base bag as 3 up, 3 down goes South Berkeley here in the first. After 1, it is Jefferson 2, South Berkeley nothing. Head to the second after this 1-minute break. You're tuned into Little League All-Star action on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is prevent, promote, protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
It's the new normal. You live, work, and play everywhere.
Whether it's the family car or the family business, you need insurance that keeps pace with your changing life. Home on the job or working from home, peace of mind comes from knowing your whole world is covered. No matter what happens or how big it grows, whatever your new normal, Erie Insurance's award-winning service and personal agents can keep pace. Call your local agent today or visit erieinsurance.com for a quote.
You back here as we head now to inning number 2. Top of the second is brought to you by the personal injury attorneys Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. Visit burkeandschultz.com. We play hardball. 7, 8, 9 batters due up for Jefferson here in the top of the second as they lead South Berkeley 2-0. So you'll see Fletcher, Garrett, and then McCreary. So far for Rizzler out on the mound, it was a 25-pitch inning, 13 of them for strikes, where he gave up those 2 runs on 2 hits, walked 1, but stranded a runner on base as well. Did Jefferson. The first pitch here to begin the second is fouled off by Fletcher towards the first base side.
Now batting for Jefferson County, number 8, Calvin Fletcher.
So an 0-1 count now to Fletcher. As he steps back in here against Rizzler. Next pitch. Low and off the glove of Remsburg is the count now 1-1 to Fletcher. Sun continuing to set here in left field. I don't know how much that messes with the batter or not. As Rizzler sets. Here's the pitch. And that is behind Fletcher, who ducks out of the way as the count 2-1. Probably figure for lefties, maybe it would be more of a issue than the righties, but either way.
Yeah, I guess a little bit, right?
Yeah. It's the 2-1 pitch. Fletcher fouls in front of his dugout, and it ricochets down the first base line as the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Fletcher. Calvin Fletcher, the catcher for Jefferson. Leading off here this second inning for them. South Berkeley in the field is Rizzler's pitch. Grounded right back up the middle and past Rizzler's glove. It's another leadoff hit. Beginning inning for Jefferson, this time a single by Fletcher to bring up Garrett.
Yeah, again, good piece of hitting from the Jefferson County Little League. They've just gotten deep into these counts, put the ball in play. It's good to see at this level. You know, sometimes you get guys up there and they're chasing.
First pitch to Garrett breaks in for strike 1. A third hit of the day for Jefferson. Oh, 1 count, nobody out, runner on first. Rizzler sets, here's the pitch. And that's taken for strike 2. So Garrett now behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes.
At the plate, number 44, Jackson Garrett.
Rizzler sets. Here's the windup and the pitch, and Garrett swings through a changeup for a strikeout. First strikeout for the Rizzler.
Now coming to the plate, number 9, Ethan McCreary.
Yeah, the Rizzler able to get the K there and get a big out, too, right after that hit there just a few moments ago.
Got to bring up McCreary. It's the pitch from Rizzler. McCreary fouls way out of play on the first base side. Runner at first is Fletcher for Jefferson. Rizzler sets. Kick, and here's the pitch. And it's a big swing and a miss by McCreary for strike 2 as McCreary was way ahead of that one. So 0-2 count. This pitch hits in front of home plate. Remsburg able to take the mask off and quickly get to it to keep the base runner and Fletcher at first. Count now 1-2. McCrary setting his stance. Rizzler sets, kicks, fires, and that pitch high for a ball. The count now 2 balls and 2 strikes to McCreary. McCreary looks down at his wristband now as he gets the sign from his third base coach. Taps home plate twice, points out to the field, and walks back into his batting stance. Pitch from Rizzler. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Connor Rizzler. Now 2 out. And that'll bring up Craze.
Yeah, that's a great pitch. Throws him on the outside corner. Good location, good velocity behind that one. And you've seen that from Rizzler a little bit. He got a pretty good fastball, especially for a kid his age.
Connor Craze up to bat with 2 outs and a runner on first. Looks like we have a courtesy runner for the catcher Fletcher now as well. Didn't see who it was that checked
Number 9.
So McCreary, who just struck out, comes in now and is the base runner at first.
I think that might be the rule, that you got to use the guy that last made the out.
And I'm not sure, but he's going off the pitch, and the throw from Remsburg was there as the tag applied, but the ball comes out at the last second of Brock Corbin's glove. So the inning not over. Runner at second. As McCreary steals the bag. Count 1-0 to Craze.
That would make sense at least, because everybody hits. So whoever made the last out probably has to be your courtesy runner.
Yeah. The only reason I don't know 100% was because we had 2 guys come in yesterday as courtesy runners.
Right, yeah.
So
don't see that.
I don't know how that works. Does it have to be the last 2 guys that were out?
Probably.
What if there's not 2 out? Ooh.
Well, just in general.
The pitch from Rizzler runs in and clanks off Craze's helmet. So now runners at first and second. And that'll bring up Jefferson's starting pitcher here, Braden Kearns, trying to help himself out. And get a 2-out rally going for Jefferson here in the top of the second. They lead South Berkeley 2-0. Rizzler waiting here for the home plate umpire to say play ball. He sets. Here's the pitch. Check swing for Kearns. Check down the third base umpire. He says no go. So it's ball 1.
Yeah, interesting situation here for South Berkeley and Rizzler out there on the mound. He's able to get those 2 outs, and then all of a sudden some things not really going his way here.
Next pitch, Kearns sends into shallow left field. Running in on it is Strickler, and he has it to end the inning. So 2 runners get left stranded here, and it stays 2-0. So we are headed to the bottom of the second after this 1-minute break. This is Little League Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
Whoa, what's all this? Robbie's Quack Attack at Floor Pools? Pick a duck and save up to 15% off your in-store purchase? That's wild! Now through June 21st, pick a duck and save up to 15% on chemicals, toys, and limited supplies to have a safe and enjoyable summer in your pool. That's right, a lucky duck can save big bucks now through June 21st. Robbie knows your cool summer headquarters is Floor Pools. They've got hot tubs starting at just $49 a month, pools from $100 a month, and saunas starting at $80 a month. Don't forget about cold plunges and endless pools too. And check this out. Floor Pools now offers plunge pools. These compact in-ground pools are perfect for smaller backyards, low maintenance, energy efficient, and ideal for cooling off, relaxing, or even fitness and hydrotherapy. Big style and small footprint. It's everything you want in a pool without taking over your yard. The pool experts at Floor Pools are here to help you all summer long. Floor Pools in Chambersburg, Hagerstown, and Martinsburg, where your summer oasis starts.
We welcome you back as our bottom of the second inning is brought to you by the Berkeley County Health Department. Prevent, Promote, Protect, offering public, clinical, and environmental services at 122 Waverly Court in Martinsburg. South Berkeley went 3 up, 3 down in the first, so Remsburg, Risler, Ferber, the 4-5-6 batters, will come up here against Braden Kearns. The last inning had those 2 strikeouts, 15 pitches, 9 of them for strikes.
Yeah, he was great, and we haven't really seen...
First pitch to Remsburg is a strike. Sorry, back to your point, Nick.
No, I mean, we've seen plenty of good pitching performances so far in the tournament, but I would say we haven't seen somebody as efficient as what we saw there in that first inning.
Next pitch, breaking ball that hits off home plate. Count now 1-1.
It feels like a lot of the times guys have taken a little bit to get going. And Kearns just came out and threw a gem early on. So
next pitch, squaring to bunt, and Remsburg misses. So count now 1-2.
You know, not a bad idea to try to throw off the defense a little bit, lay a bunt down. Lefty, so he's got a little bit of advantage coming out of the box.
1-2 pitch. Caught strike 3, Remsburg. Down looking for out number 1.
Yeah, that was a great pitch right there, right at the knees. Kearns looks tremendous, Colin. What is that, 3 Ks already?
Yep.
So.
First one looking, so first backwards K in the scorebook is Risler now up the bat. And first pitch, big swing and a miss.
Yeah, 12-6 curve it looked like there. Just dropped out on him at the last moment. Great pitch. Kearns a lefty, too. We haven't seen, I don't think, any lefties on the mound so far. So that, you know, is difficult. You don't see it as much, I guess, when you're younger.
Next pitch is a ball. Count 1-1. Next pitch. Looks like just missed on the curveball. Count 2-1.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if he called a strike or if he was saying it was high.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for as well. It's the 2-1. Catches the inside part of the plate. The count now 2-2. 1 out so far here in this second. Pitch. Risler fouls down the first base side and out of play. Stay alive. 2 balls, 2 strikes here in the bottom of the second. It is Jefferson 2, South Berkeley nothing. Kearns sets, kicks in the 2-2 pitch. Way high for ball 3. That one just didn't have the correct release point for it.
Yeah, it seemed like you said, he didn't release it where he wanted to.
Here's the 3-2 pitch, and that is elevated for ball 4.
It was a little bit surprising to see a walk there. It looked like Kearns had pretty good control early on, but those final few pitches just didn't get a good grip, I think. He went and he grabbed the bag there and tries to, you know, with the sweat out there, you know, sometimes sweat is good, right? You're able to get a little moisture on the baseball, but you know, sometimes not as helpful. Sometimes
First
it's too much
to
moisture.
Ferber is fouled off for a strike. Also, at this age, how well do they know how to really use that was kind of the thing I was thinking maybe to their advantage.
Depends on the coaching that they've had, I guess.
Next pitch, low for a ball. The count 1-1 to Ferber. That and the rosin out there. 1-1. Breaks in for strike 2 from Kearns to Ferber. Ferber, we know, has home run power.
Yeah, seriously.
Next pitch. He will ground, though, to third base. Carney throws to 2 for 1, and the throw to first under the glove of Willis and rolls away. But with Ferber running through the first base bag on the play, he stays at first.
With 2 outs, stepping to the plate.
So a 6-4 fielder's choice as they get the lead runner out. And that'll bring up Dunham with 2 down here in the second for South Berkeley.
You mentioned Ferber, though, with the home run power. 2 of them in Game 1 against against Morgan County. Very impressive stuff.
First pitch, high, swing and a miss. Strike 1 to Dunham. Kearns gets the ball back from Fletcher. 0-1. Inside, almost hits the back leg of Dunham, but he's able to evade it. Count 1-1. Kearns sets. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and that's a swing and a miss for strike 2. As Dunham fooled on that one. One ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And that's strike 3 on the outside corner. Dunham down looking for the 4th strikeout of Braden Kearns' night. And that ends inning number 2. After 2, it's Jefferson 2, South Berkeley nothing. Step aside, take a 1-minute break, then back for the 3rd. This is Little League Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Panhandle Printing and Design is your full-service local print shop.
With over 50 years of combined experience, we know how to handle all of your printing and design needs.
We can handle anything, from small business cards to wrapping large vehicles. Our in-house design team can do it all. As a staple of this community, we love helping people promote their events, businesses, and anything they're passionate about. Envision, create, and bring your ideas to life with Panhandle Printing and Design.
WVU Medicine is excited to announce the opening of our new ear, nose, and throat location in Hagerstown. Our trusted ear, nose, and throat specialists are expanding their expert care in the region. From sinus treatment to complex thyroid conditions, WVU Medicine Ear, Nose, and Throat is here to help you breathe easier and feel your best. WVU Medicine Ear, Nose, and Throat, Hagerstown, 13 Western Maryland Parkway, Suite 106. Now scheduling new patients at 304-262-9400.
We welcome you back as we enter inning number 3, top of the 3rd, here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. It is brought to you by WVU Medicine, Berkeley, and Jefferson Medical Centers, leading healthcare here and everywhere. It will be Carney, Dupree, Thomas, the 12 1-2 batters for Jefferson here in the 3rd. As we see Connor Risler out on the mound here against Clayton Carney.
Yeah, I mean, it's been good pitching on both sides so far, Colin. Just Jefferson was able to push across some runs in that first inning.
Carney squares to bunts as the pitch fired outside for ball 1 from Risler.
And I mean, how important was that, the pop fly leading to a base runner moving over for Jefferson in that first inning, get him a little bit closer, and then they were able to drive him in.
Carney squares to bunt again as the pitch this time misses low for ball 2 as he was able to pull the bunt back.
It seems like no matter what level of baseball we're talking about, Jefferson will just take advantage of little mistakes.
Must be something in the water here. So the next pitch in the dirt for ball 3.
Now, that doesn't mean that they're always going to win it, though. I mean, we saw, obviously, Hedgesville win this year and have a great season.
That at the high school level.
Yeah. And this game, very competitive so far.
3-0. Carney still squares to bunts. Ball, though, low and away in the dirt. And that is a 4-pitch walk for Carney, putting him at first to lead off the 3rd, and that'll bring up Dupree. Dupree doubled his last time up. Came around to score that first run. As Risler sets, Dupree squares to bunts, and the pitch way outside for a ball. So 5 straight balls here so far from Connor Risler in the 3rd. We're going to get a timeout called as a result to settle the nerves of Connor Risler.
Yeah, see if he can regain some of his composure. South Berkeley also, I mean, they've proven to have a lot of pitching depth, even though they haven't necessarily had to, go those guys in those situations. They were very conservative with how many pitches they wanted their guys to throw, especially in that run rule victory. So they got some other guys here on the bench that, or even in the field, that can come in and pitch if necessary. And I don't think their coach is too afraid to use them. But, I mean, at this point, I think it is just kind of a calm-down situation. Rizzler has been very good overall. But if needed, we've seen other arms come in and pitch well that haven't thrown a whole lot of pitches to this point in the tournament. So if they have to, they can go to different guys.
Mound visit has concluded. It's a 1-0 count to Dupree with nobody out and a runner on first here in the top of the third for Jefferson, who leads South Berkeley 2-0. Pitch to Rizzler. Dupree squares to bunt, and the throw is a strike as Dupree didn't want a bunt. He pulled the bat back.
Yeah, it seems like at this level, a lot of the time, the bunt attempt is to just get the defense moving a little bit.
And throw off the pitcher, bunt the count 1-1. Next pitch. Dupree grounds right off Corbin, and that'll roll to the fence in left center field. It's another double for Dupree. He's 2 for 2, and that puts runners at second and third for Jefferson here in the top of the third inning with nobody out, and that'll bring up Thomas.
Yeah, Dupree's been great, like I said earlier, throughout the tournament. Really good contact hitter, so exactly what you want at the top of the order if you're Jefferson. And now they got a chance to double up this lead a little bit. It's a great opportunity for him.
And Paxton Thomas had an RBI single his last time up. He steps in for the second time today. Infield in as the pitch from Rizzler. At the shoulders and called strike one to Thomas.
Thomas had a really good at-bat, too. I think he got it to a 3-2 count before coming through with that hit. So
Thomas calls time as he didn't like how long Rizzler was out there waiting for. So I'll step back in. Rizzler sets, kicks, and the pitch. Thomas sends to center field. Underneath it is Custer. He makes the catch. The throw home was there, but high as Remsburg can't bring the tag down in time. So Carney comes in to score on the sac fly in the third for Jefferson. They now lead South Berkeley 3-0.
These are big runs here, Colin, coming in this middle part of the game. The way Kearns has pitched, it does feel like 3, 4, 5 runs. Could feel like way more than that. But, I mean, obviously anything can change at any given moment. South Berkeley's proven throughout the tournament a great ability to hit the baseball as well. But you already see, South Berkeley trying to prevent anything from coming home.
Trent Smetic swings through the first pitch, and he'll send. There's the first pitch to Willis is ball one. So a quick defensive change already there. Here's the next pitch. Willis grounds and off the glove of Dunham, and fighting for it now is him and our new second baseman there is
that's still
pointed
Benjamin.
out. Benjamin, yep.
He's been at second. Sorry for the confusion.
Paulus was
there.
for a bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You're
Paulus
right.
started at second.
Yeah, they've done a little bit of rotating throughout the tournament with different guys. So I wasn't sure if maybe they were just doing that in their first game because of the score, but it looks like that just might be kind of a part of their strategy. But either way, I mean, great job by Jefferson here, just continuing to put the ball in play.
First pitch swinging is Corey, and he'll smack that into left field for a 2-out single, putting runners now in first and second.
Yeah, Corey just jumping on that one. And You wonder here, like we said earlier, they made some defensive changes. Do they think about maybe making a pitching change with the way Jefferson's starting to put the ball in play, or do they try to let Risler at least get through this third?
2 outs, runners at first and second as Griffith now up to bat as Risler sets. The kick and the pitch, and that is a breaking ball that slides its way into the zone for strike one as Griffith was ready to take it. Throws up, turned the back, and next thing he knew, it was a strike. The 0-1, that one almost hits him for real this time and gets past Remsburg. His throw to third not in time as both base runners will advance 1 base each on the play, and the count 1-1 to Griffith.
One thing also to consider, Colin, is for South Berkeley, if they do end up losing this, their tournament's not over, so they do need to also keep that in their back of the mind when it comes to pitching as well. You still have to play the winner of Hedgesville-Martinsburg, whoever loses this game, so you can still advance.
Next pitch is at the knees, strike 2 to Griffith, so the count 1-2.
So sometimes, depending on the score, you might just not give up, but not want to use too much pitching also. You need guys to eat up innings.
1-2 count. Risler sets. Here's the windup and the pitch, and it's a swing and a miss. Strike 3. And that retires the side here in the third for Jefferson. Another strikeout for Connor Risler. But 2 runs come home as Jefferson has doubled its lead now to 4-0 over South Berkeley as we head to the bottom of the third after this 1-minute break. You're tuned into Little League All-Star action on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Back in a minute.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How can I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm John Everson, Private Wealth Advisor with the Marius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Hey, it's Cody from Cody's Auto Body.
You're a potty mouth.
But we do a really great job fixing cars after an accident.
I know, but you're still a potty mouth.
I'm possibly the best friend you could ever have.
You are, but potty mouth.
If you need your car repaired, come to Cody's Auto Body, located at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Because that's Cody's with a T for f***ing trust.
See? Potty mouth.
Leave me alone.
We welcome you into the bottom of inning number 3, which is brought to you by Rock's Local Markets with locations all around the Eastern Panhandle. Fast, fresh, friendly Rock's. Paulus, Benjamin Strickler, the 8, 9, 10 batters in the lineup for South Berkeley will come up to bat. South Berkeley today going with a 11-man lineup instead of 12. Paulus steps up here against Braden Kearns, who has been dominant for Jefferson so far, and his first pitch is a swing and a miss by Paulus for strike 1.
And Kearns has been great. This is a South Berkeley offense that's definitely shown some good run-scoring ability, 20 runs in the first 2 games for them.
Another swing and a miss at a breaking ball in the dirt by Paulus. Count now 0-2.
But Kearns has been very difficult for them to handle out there on the mound.
Yeah, 4 strikeouts so far, trying to make it 5 here as he gets it. A swing and a miss for out number 1 to Paulus.
I don't know how Jefferson was necessarily looking at things heading into the tournament, but crazy thing is they consider maybe Kearns the number 2 guy, depending on how they were trying to play it. If they were trying to maybe save him for the championship, that could be the case. It certainly looks like the case based off of how he's pitched.
First pitch swinging is Benjamin as he fouls off the fastball of Kearns down the first base side for strike 1.
But he looks like an ace, doesn't he?
Yes, so far so good for him. He's been untouchable. Only base runner for South Berkeley was via walk as a ground ball fouled this time to third base, dug outside by Benjamin. Count now 0-2.
But with that being said, it's only 4-0. You know, there's still opportunities here for South Berkeley if they can get some offense going to possibly find their way back in the game.
And right as it looked like Kearns was coming out here into the stretch, a timeout was called as looks
Something
like
landed on the field. I don't know what.
There's some kids playing ball over down the third base side, and their ball had entered the field of play.
Well, you know what, Colin? I'm just happy to see kids just aren't just sitting on their iPads, you know?
Like you, as the 0-2 outside for a ball. Count now 1-2.
Yeah, I'm an iPad kid.
Now, at 26 years old, as the 1-2. Fouled off by Benjamin to stay alive.
You know, it's pretty cool. iPads are cool.
Hey, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Got to distract somebody sometimes.
Yeah.
If you want to get your own work done and not have them annoying you.
Exactly.
Is that what you do? Is that why you got an iPad for Christmas?
Yeah.
1-2 count here with one out in the bottom of the third. It's the pitch. Caught strike three. Back-to-back strikeouts once again for Braden Kearns. Letting him know why his last name starts with a K. He's got 6 on the day.
Yeah, Kearns has been great.
Now batting for South Berkeley, number 17, Steven Strickler.
I mean, there's some debate, I guess, at the plate, but that was a no-doubt strike there. It looked like from up here, at least.
First pitch, called strike one to Strickler on the outside corner.
It's been called all day right there on that outside corner, so see if maybe Strickler and South Berkeley can adjust.
Breaking ball whiffed by Strickler for strike two.
He's working quick, too, and that's always a sign of a guy locked in.
Here comes the 0-2. That's low for a ball to count 1-2.
Yeah, good waist pitch there because it looked similar to the other pitch that he's been hitting the zone there on that outside corner there, though he just goes a little bit lower with it.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss. It's lucky number 7 for number 7. Braden Kearns strikes out the side. And after 3, it stays Jefferson 4, South Berkeley nothing. Take a 1-minute break and then return with more baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Happiness grows here. Orr's Farm Market.
Strawberry season is here at Orr's Farm Market. Pick Your Own strawberries will be starting around May 13th, and you can make a reservation to come and pick, or buy some that are already picked. We're also offering a season pass this year, so get online at orrsfarmmarket.com to see the details. Visit our bakery counter today to try our new homemade quiches, pepperoni rolls, and don't miss our 2 new flavors of homemade strawberry donuts. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram, and remember, Orr's Farm Market, happiness grows here.
At Carter Myers Automotive, what we do today will tomorrow become what we've done. That's why Owners Just Do More no longer defines us. Our work is never done because what we live by doesn't have a finish line. We care. Our company of owners is moving lives forward every day by finding more ways to care before, during, and after your purchase. Because when you're happy, so are we. Carter Myers Automotive. Proud to be the owners who just care more.
We welcome you back here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 as our top of the fourth is brought to you by Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers. Representing accident and injury claims for over 50 years. Go to skinnerwins.com. Let's see who's due up here for Jefferson. It will be Fletcher, Garrett, McCreary, the 7-8-9 batters once again as they lead South Berkeley 4-0. Colin McLaughlin here for Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Nick Verzolini alongside me. Kyler High and Alec Epperson's our camera crew for this ball game here this evening. And back in the studio is Dylan Bishop as things starting to cool off here a little bit in Shenandoah Junction. Feel more of a breeze here in the press box too, so that's nice. It's Connor Risler's first pitch. Misses up and in to Fletcher for ball 1. Fletcher singled his first time up. That's the next pitch. Behind him, and it looks like it hit his helmet. I heard something. I wasn't sure if it was the helmet or the bat on his shoulder that it made contact with, but the home plate umpire says Fletcher was, in fact, hit by the pitch, and he'll make his way to first base to begin this fourth inning, and that'll bring up Garrett. Risler hits his second batter today. Garrett squares to bunts, pulls the bat back. The pitch, though, is a strike, so the count 0-1 to Garrett. Garrett struck out on only 3 pitches his first time up. As Risler sets, here's the windup and the pitch, and that's sent right past the diving second baseman and into center field, goes behind Custer as well. And it's only, though, a single for Garrett, and Fletcher gets the second. But there you go. Another great piece of hitting for Jefferson here so far today, continuing to roll through the order and bring up McCreary. 7th hit for Jefferson so far today. McCreary trying to get his first hit. He struck out his last time up. He squares to bunts, pulls the bat back. It's a change-up ahead the belt for strike 1 to McCreary from Risler. Jefferson threatening once again with nobody out and the runners at first and second. They lead South Berkeley 4-0 so far as the pitch from Risler. Called strike 2 on the outside corner to McCreary. McCreary against the sign before stepping back in here. Down 0-2 in the count. It's Risler with the pitch, and that's fouled over the first base dugout. Count remains 0-2. Risler takes a deep breath, sets. Here's the windup and the pitch, and that's a swing and a miss. Strike 3 for out number 1.
Yeah, Risler's had that pitch a few times where it seems like there's a little bit of movement on it. Kind of breaks away from the batter, almost like a slider. And it's been able to get Jefferson to swing through that a few times.
Yeah, that's his 4th strikeout of the day. As Cray's now up to bat here in the 4th. And he'll swing at the first pitch. It's a soft ground ball to the left side of the infield. Diving forward is Risler, and he can't get it as Corbin picks it up. It doesn't matter. It's an infield single for Cray's with 1 out, and that'll load the bases for Jefferson.
Now stepping to the plate, the pitcher, number
Yeah, Risler may be trying to do a little bit too much there. Probably one that he should have let his shortstop have. Charging in, easier play than kind of diving out. But now South Berkeley up on the grass, expecting, or trying, I should say, to prevent anything from coming home.
Kearns up to bat. Here's the pitch, and he'll chop that over Benjamin at second base into right field. 1 run will score, and the next one cut halfway as Garrett goes back, as the throw home to Remsburg was a good one. But it's 5-0 now. Jefferson leads South Berkeley here in the 4th. The bases stay loaded with 1 out.
Yeah, this is a really good Jefferson team. They've proven that today, putting up enough offense. Kearns has been unbelievable out there on the mound.
Number 12, Leighton Carney.
It's Carney now up to bat here after back-to-back singles. Infield still in for South Berkeley is the pitch from Risler. Carney sends, jumping up as the shortstop Corbin, and he'll make the catch for out number 2 as quickly Jefferson's base runners tag up.
A good catch there.
Yeah, great job by Corbin. Benjamin probably could have done the same on that last at-bat if he was as tall as Corbin. Unfortunately, though, he is not, and that's why, most likely, in my opinion, it was a single over his head compared to a hit over the shortstop side, as Dupree now up to bat. Bases loaded, 2 out here in the 4th for Jefferson. Dupree has doubled twice so far. He squares the bunt and pulls the bat back as he takes it for strike 1 on the breaking ball from Rizzler. Infield back at normal depth now for South Berkeley. Rizzler sets. Here's the pitch. And that is lined off the glove of the third baseman, Ferber, and down the line. 1 run will score. Rounding third, coming home is another as the throw not in time. The throw to third, though, is there as trying to get an extra base is Kearns, and he's out. That ends the inning. But 2 runs come across on that play for a total of 3 in the inning, making it 7-0. Jefferson leading South Berkeley. So we head to the bottom of the 4th after this 1-minute break. This is Little League Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
With a great selection comes great possibilities. And at CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg, the possibilities are endless. Shop our amazing selection of new vehicles like the Ram 1500. And right now, save on new Jeeps like the Wrangler and Grand Cherokee models. Plus, every Jeep purchase comes with our Jeep Wave program. So wherever your possibilities take you, you'll be connected. Shop CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg today. Owners just care more.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Welcome you back here as we are now in the bottom of the 4th inning here, as that is brought to you by Floor Pools. Make every day better with a hot tub or swimming pool. Floor Pools has locations in Martinsburg, Chambersburg, and Hagerstown. Jefferson has extended its lead out now to 7-0 against South Berkeley. And now due up here for South Berkeley is Nichols, Corbin, Hostetter, the 11-1-2 batters in the lineup against Braden Kearns, who has been unhittable so far. The first pitch up and inside is jumping back out of the way is Nichols for ball 1.
You gotta make your way out to this Little League Baseball, Colin.
Yeah.
Play the 50-50?
I heard that number and I was surprised. Is this one a 1-1 count here? As a swing and a miss by Nichols. 190.
It is a pretty good crowd on hand, even with the heat.
Next pitch, softly grounded, but straight to the shortstop, Thomas, as the throw over to first is there for out number 1. And that'll bring up the top of the lineup here in Corbin for a second time today.
Number 31, Brock
Corbin struck out his first time up in a lengthy at bat that saw 8 pitches against Kearns. Kearns sets. And a curveball that's outside for ball 1.
Yeah, meanwhile, Jefferson's built themselves a nice 7-0 lead. South Berkeley at this point in the game, Colin, they really got to start getting it going. You're at the top of your order.
1-1 count as Kearns blew a fastball by. Now the next pitch low in the dirt to Corbin. The count 2-1.
If they're going to have a chance, this inning's got to be big.
And they still have only had 1 base runner. Next pitch, big swing and a miss at the curve. Count 2-2. As Corbin was trying to hit that one at the top of the 12-6 curve, and as soon as it dropped, made him look foolish. It's the 2-2. He goes back to it, and it's taken for strike 3 on the inside corner.
Yeah, that was nasty. Corbin's going to think that it was a bad call, but that is not the case. That was just a beautiful pitch. Nothing you can do about that if you're Corbin. And great job by the umpire as well.
Hostetter now up with 2 outs, and that one again beautifully dropped into the bucket for strike 1 on the curve. 8 strikeouts now for Kearns. So he goes with a fastball, and Hostetter just gets a piece of it as he fouls it out of play. Count now 0-2. 0-2 count, 2 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the fourth. Here's the pitch from Kearns, and it's called strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts make it 9 strikeouts now for Braden Kearns through 4. Right in the fifth, it is Jefferson 7, South Berkeley nothing. This is Little League All-Star action on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti.
If you've been injured in a car accident, there are 3 things you need to know.
1, do not discuss your accident with an insurance company before you talk to a lawyer.
2, on average, car accident victims with a lawyer get over 3 times more money than those without one.
And 3, at Mansion Ferretti, if we don't win, you don't pay us, guaranteed. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
We welcome you back now as we are in inning number 5, top of the 5th, brought to you by CMA's Martinsburg and Winchester dealerships. Proud to be the owners who just care more. So far, the main storyline has been Jefferson, Jefferson, Jefferson. They've done it all. Defense, pitching, and hitting. They lead South Berkeley 7-0.
Yeah, I mean, Kearns has obviously stood out on the mound with how well he's pitched.
He's a clear headliner in the future.
But, you can't really just credit him because of how well they've hit the ball as well and put the ball in play and just not making really too many mistakes in the field either. So it's been a full team effort for sure. You have some of your standouts. Thomas has been one as well at the plate.
Yep, Thomas, Medic, Willis to hit here in the 5th as the first pitch from Rizzler to Thomas is strike 1.
And Rizzler and South Berkeley, they haven't pitched bad. They haven't even necessarily fielded bad.
Huh?
It's just Jefferson's made the plays they needed to make.
Next pitch, high for a ball, the count 1-1. Neither team has an error so far, but for Jefferson, 7 runs coming off of 10 hits. So they're getting to Rizzler in that way and scoring.
Yeah, and they've been able to move some runners over as well. So it's not all just 10 hits and just smoking the ball past them or anything.
There's one grounded right to the third baseman, Ferber. And his throw across, though, Dunham drops. So there's your first error of the ball game. It's Thomas, another leadoff base runner for Jefferson.
Now batting, number 1, Trent Smetic.
And that'll bring up Trent Smetic. That's the other thing as well for Jefferson is every inning they've had the leadoff guy reach base.
Yeah, that obviously always helps to get that first base runner on.
First pitch high for ball 1 to Smetic.
At this level, you're not going to see as many stolen bases or anything like that. You don't have to hold the runners. You'll still see guys take off. They can lead after the pitch is thrown.
1-0 low in the dirt for ball 2 to Smetic. So the count 2-0. There's Rizzler sets. Here's the 2-0 to Smetic. And that is outside for ball 3. He couldn't get Smetic to chase the slider. So 3-0 count. Nobody out. The runner already at first. Here's the pitch from Rizzler to Smetic. That's in the dirt. It's a 4-pitch walk, putting runners now at first and second here in the 5th for Jefferson with nobody out.
Yeah, this is unfortunate for Rizzler because he got a ground ball out on that first batter that he faced, but unfortunately, defense behind him kind of let him down a little bit. Then he Allows Smedick to walk.
First pitch.
Nearly hits Willis here.
So that's ball one. Now 5 straight balls thrown here by Rizzler.
And his pitch count, what, in the 80s?
Yeah,
at this
just
point?
over 80 now as the next pitch is in the zone, though. Count now 1-1.
Is the limit still 110 at this level? Or is it?
I can't remember, to be honest.
That sounds
with you.
right. Maybe 105?
1-1. Line shot right back up the middle into center field, and Jefferson being greedy. Here comes the runner home as the throw up the third baseline, and on the throw as well, Smedick gets the third, and Willis gets the second as Thomas came home to score to make it 8-0. Jefferson leading South Berkeley now in the top of the 5th.
Just being aggressive, I guess. I mean, you already have a 7-0 lead. You might as well push toward that 10-0. Because even though it only end an inning early at this point, still an inning you don't have to play. So, I mean, I'm sure they would take it if they can, if they're Jefferson. And the aggressive base running pulls off. I think this might be the end of the day for Rizzler. Looks like it could be Dunham possibly going into pitch. Yeah, looks like he's going and changing his glove. So either he's going into pitch or he's making a defensive change with him. Not exactly sure because Hostetter, who was back in right, is now running back in. And looks like Nichols, who pitched against South Berkeley, and let me tell you, despite his size, he was very impressive. I was pretty impressed from his fastball and also just his command out there.
So with the pitching change, we'll step aside and take a 1-minute break so we can get the defensive changes as well. This is Little League Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 back in 1 minute.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at FordofHagerstown.com or HancockChevy.com.
Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 as we have a pitching change, which is brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution, located at 1250 Edward Miller Boulevard, Suite 301. Call 304-263-3361. As now pitching for South Berkeley is Nichols. So Rizzler's day is done, pitching the 4 innings. Try to get you his final stats eventually, but we'll now see with the runners at second and third and nobody out here in the top of the 5th. Nichols go up against Corey.
Yeah, a couple other changes. Dunham's going to take over behind the plate. Poulos is now at second. Hostetter's at first. Benjamin is in right. And then I believe everything else stayed the same. Oh, no, Rizzler's coming in to play short. So, other than that, it all looks the same to me. Colin. Still got Ferber down there at third, and then
Strickler in left and Custer in center.
Yeah, Strickler in left and Custer in center.
Corey squares the bunt as the first pitch, though, inside. It misses for ball 1.
Like I said, Nichols was very good the other day against Morgan County.
Next pitch upstairs for ball 2 to Corey. So, quickly a 2-0 count. The infield comes in as the pitch from Nichols. Corey sends to right field. Underneath it is Benjamin. He makes the catch. The throw home is a good one, and that keeps Smedick at third. And that's the first out here in the fifth.
Yeah, I don't think they were going to send Smedick there, but Benjamin made a pretty good throw, so definitely weren't going to send him. He wasn't even really tagging, so.
Now batting will be Griffith. So first pitch, Griffith pops up, and it's down the third base side, but foul. Count 0-1. Runners still at second and third here in this 8-0 Jefferson lead over South Berkeley in the top of the fifth. Next pitch. Again, fouled away as Griffith sits back on the breaking ball of Nichols, but can't straighten it out.
Yeah, Nichols got to be careful because that breaking ball's hanging a little bit for him here.
Yeah.
Early on. And if you just get the timing down on that.
Well, he swings through this one. Beautiful breaking ball, and that's strike three for out number two.
Yeah, that one had a little bit more movement, and it dipped a little bit more, so it was effective. But the previous one, it hung up there, and it just came down to timing. And that could have been a big hit for Jefferson.
First pitch now to Fletcher. Misses outside for ball one. 1-0 count as Fletcher steps back in here against Nichols. Next pitch. Eye for a ball. The count 2-0 to Fletcher. Fletcher singled his first time up. Was hit by a pitch his last time up. As a 2-0 count with 2 outs. Runners on second and third right now to him. As Nichols sets. Here's the windup and the pitch. And that is outside for ball three.
Wonder if there's any relation to the other Fletcher.
Possibly. 3-0 count. Pitch. Low for ball four in the dirt, and Smedick comes home to score, and the throw now gets past Nichols, and another run will come home to score, making it 10-0. As Dunham was trying to get it back to cover home plate, and that error was costly.
Man, that's Little League Baseball right there. Sometimes you get some wild stuff leading to some runs coming across the score. The 2 RBI walk.
Yeah, and that'll now put the mercy rule into effect here in the bottom of the fifth, with it being 10-0, as now batting will be Jackson Garrett with 2 out and a runner on second.
And the way Kearns has pitched, it's going to be very, very tough to see South Berkeley even pushing across 1 run at this point. He's been unreal out there on the mound.
Yeah, they've only had 1 base runner.
Yeah, so is Ferber due up? I mean, he might hit a dinger.
See maybe here, but 0-1 count. Get this pitch first as the pitch from Nichols. Garrett pops up. Backtracking is Hostetter in foul territory. And the first baseman makes the catch to end the inning. It is 10-0 though. And we'll see Custer, Remsburg, Risler, the 3, 4, 5 batters.
Good spot to be, but
in the fifth
you need a run
for South Berkeley. They trail Jefferson 10-0 here in this championship game. Step aside, take a 1-minute break, and we'll be back. This is All-Star Baseball action on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
Remember all the sports we played when we were kids?
Oh yeah, swimming, tennis, basketball, football, soccer, track. I loved winning. I still do.
Our competitive spirit is still going strong.
but now we use it to win for our clients. If you've been hurt in almost heaven,
Call the Sevens, 304-777-7777.
SkinnerWins.com.
We welcome you back here as we now head to the bottom of the fifth, brought to you by Trips Flooring. Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring needs? Call Trips Flooring at 304-229-7009 online at tripsfloorsanding.com. The 3-4-5 batters, Custer, Remsburg, Risler will come up here for South Berkeley, trying to avoid being mercy ruled as they trail Jefferson 10-0. And it looks like we will have a new pitcher. Pitching change brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution, located at 1250 Enwood Miller Boulevard, Suite 301. Call 304-263-3361. Is now on the mound for Jefferson, I believe, is number 13, Cole Willis.
Yeah, interesting there. I mean, I don't know, maybe they just wanted to keep Kearns' pitch count kind of low, but there's no real reason to. He's going to get plenty of time off in between these games, so I don't know if maybe...
Yeah, I get it. He's a kid. You want to save the arm, so...
That's true.
Not going to kind of go too crazy on it, but as a baseball fan as well, it stinks seeing a kid, yes, even if it's a mercy rule, though, be yanked with a no-hitter going.
Yeah, that's true, but it could still be a team no-hitter, depending on what Willis can do. And
now batting, number 7, Quinn.
I'm not going to question it, obviously.
Nope,
they're up 10-0,
not.
and they've dominated so far, 22-1 in their 2 games. So
First pitch was a ball. Next one, swing and a miss. Count now 1-1 to Custer.
And honestly, if you didn't put it out, besides, of course, Willis being a righty, they look pretty similar out there in terms of just stature and stuff like that.
Next one fouled off. So the count now 1-2 to Custer.
And also it gives you an opportunity to see some of your other pitching that you haven't seen to this point. And give those guys an opportunity here in the area tournament.
This pitch grounded right back to Willis on the pitcher's mound, and he'll throw to Smetic at first for out number 1. Now batting will be Remsburg.
Coming to bat for South Berkeley, number 22, Matthew Remsburg.
Remsburg struck out looking his only time up today. The lefty takes the first pitch. It's a fastball high and outside for ball 1. As Willis gets the ball back from a new catcher, Craze, in behind the plate. His next pitch, low and away. Count 2-0 to the lefty in Remsburg.
That's the other thing. It's hot. So change some guys up. Get some different, fresh guys in the game.
2-0 taken by Remsburg, and it's a strike. The count now 2-1. Got one out already here in the bottom of the fifth as the 2-1. Fastball that misses. That's ball 3. So a 3-1 count now to Remsburg as the pitch from Willis. Grounded right over the head of Willis and into center field, and there goes the combined no-hitter as South Berkeley gets its first hit of the night, thanks to Remsburg.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to no-hit this team. They've proven throughout these first 2 games that they played in that they can hit the baseball. It's just, you ran into a Jefferson team that might be on just a different level than everybody else that's here.
Now batting is the Risler, and the first pitch is a ball.
And now you just wonder if you're South Berkeley, you got to the bullpen. Can you find something against Willis that you couldn't find against Kearns?
The 1-0 for a ball, count 2-0.
And you never know in Little League Baseball. We've seen some crazy comebacks before, Collins, so I wouldn't count anybody out at this point.
2-0, big swing and a miss. First strike, the count 2-1 to Risler.
But Willis still looks very confident out there on the mound.
He does. That's the next pitch. Check swing. Fastball high. They want to appeal down the first, and looks like they say he did not go. The count 3-1 now to Risler. Next pitch is taken for strike 2, so the count now full 3 balls, 2 strikes, bottom of the 5th, 1 out, runner on first for South Berkeley, who trails Jefferson 10-0. Connor Risler on up the bat as the pitch from Cole Willis is inside for ball 4. So now runners at first and second. And here you go, the man you wanted to see, Nick. Up the bat for South Berkeley is Ferber.
Now batting number 70, Ryan Ferber.
I mean, obviously he's proven to have some power. So if you're going to get back in the game, right now would be a great time for a 3-run homer, right?
Well, he softly grounds it over to the right side, and the second baseman, I believe that's still Corey, will throw to Smedic for the fielder's choice. 2 down now, and runners at second and third on the play.
Yeah, it's still 22 out there. So, good play defensively.
South Berkeley down to its final out, but they can stay alive if they can get a runner at third to come home and score. As the first pitch, swing and a miss, though, by Dunham on a fastball for strike 1. Next pitch. Grounded to the second baseman, running in is Corey. His throw to first, caught by Smedic, and that's your ball game. 10-0. Jefferson defeats South Berkeley and claims the Area 1 championship as theirs, and they'll head to the District 6 tournament now on July 3rd in Moorfield. South Berkeley will have to wait to try to be the runners-up, as they will play in a few days against the winner of tomorrow night's game between Martinsburg and Hedgesville. We'll step aside, take a 2-minute break, and then we'll come back and wrap things up with our post-game show. This is Little League All-Star Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV10.
Against the winner of...
If you're going to hit like trash all day, I tell you what, I got a real chance here. Oh, hey, speaking of, I was coming down the road the other day back from McIntosh Valley, and I saw a billboard with these crazy deals that Panhandle Dumpsters have.
Drew, hey, come on.
Oh, and did you know that if you sign up, you get your first month free? Dude, sorry, man. But I just wish somebody would have told me about these crazy deals that Panhandle Dumpsters has.
Drew, how many times have I told you to sign up for Panhandle Dumpsters? They give away discounts for first responders, veterans, and seniors. If you pay for a whole year, you get the 13th month free. Now shut up and watch me hit this drive.
Signing up with Panhandle is like a hole-in-one every day.
The future doesn't wait. Why should you? Blue Ridge Community and Technical College offers over 60 degree and certificate programs in education, IT, culinary arts, engineering, and so much more. Small class sizes, flexible schedules with evening and online classes, affordable tuition, plus financial aid is available to those who qualify. Now you can go to college. Visit us online at blueridgectc.edu. That's blueridgectc.edu. Stop waiting and enroll today.
Insurance companies like to play games. They say they're on your side, but they aren't. We have a team that can handle any curveball they throw. At Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, you get a dedicated lawyer, and every case gets a team effort. So you get nearly 150 combined years of experience going to bat for you. And we like to win. Join the team that takes your personal injury case seriously. Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. We play hardball.
Post-game show, which is brought to you by the Palace Lounge at Endwood Miller Boulevard, with a full lunch and dinner menu and daily specials in a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page, as Jefferson is your 10 to 12-year-old West Virginia District 6 Area 1 champions. They defeat South Berkeley tonight 10-0 in 5 innings. Jefferson advances to the district tournament. South Berkeley will have to wait for either Martinsburg or Hedgesville. Nick got some final stats here to calculate, so I'll let you kind of quickly give your thoughts on tonight's ball game.
Yeah, I mean, Jefferson did what Jefferson baseball does. They advanced to the area, or to the district tournament. They are, a great program. Jefferson County Little League does usually at least take one of the spots from our area, so I won't be surprised if they go down there and they have a great chance to win the district and head to the state tournament again and possibly even win the state tournament. This team, they put together in all 3 phases. Good defense, great pitching, and good hitting. So to put up 22 runs against 2 teams that, as we saw, against other competition, looked really good. And we know how good the baseball is in this area. But they did not make South Berkeley and Martinsburg look like competitive teams, and I think they will continue to prove throughout this tournament to be competitive teams. Hedgesville-Martinsburg should be a great one tomorrow night, and the winner of that game against South Berkeley should be a very competitive one, but Jefferson's just different, and I think that's what we saw today. They have the pitching, I think, this year, Colin, to definitely make some noise, and they clearly have some great hitting as well, so going to be fun to continue to watch that team, and whoever makes it out as the other team will also have a great chance to compete at districts. So looking forward to that, but we still got some more area baseball to play.
Yep, let's get a game scoring summary brought to you by the Mansion Freddie Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to wvjusticelawyers.com. Jefferson scored 2 runs in the first, 2 runs in the third, 3 runs in the fourth, 3 runs in the fifth, to total up the 10 for Jefferson. Game stats now brought to you by CMA's Martinsburg and Winchester dealerships, proud to be the owners who just care more. South Berkeley on the mound, it was Risler pitching 4 innings, giving up 11 hits, 10 runs, 7 of them earned, struck out 3, walked 2, hit 2. Nichols pitched an inning, gave up no hits, no runs, struck out 1, and walked 1. And the lone hit on the day for South Berkeley came from Remsburg. They have no runs on 1 hit, 1 defensive error, and left 3 stranded. For Jefferson, it was Kearns on the mound, pitching 4 innings, gave up no hits, no runs, struck out 9, walked 1, and then Willis came in, gave up a hit, no runs, did not strike out anybody, and walked 1 as well. So for Jefferson, 10 runs on 11 hits, 1 error, and 7 left on base. And that is your game stats for you, brought to you by CMA's Martinsburg and Winchester dealerships, proud to be the owners who just care more. Player of the game, as we wrap things up, brought to you by Parsons Ford at 1400 Trevorstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number 1 by making you number 1 first. Parsons.
It's got to be Kearns, but I mean, this was a complete team effort. Yet a lot of guys hit the ball really well, 10 hits. So Kearns, though, I mean, no hitter for him. 5 or 4 innings, I guess it was.
Yeah, 4 innings.
Very impressive stuff on the mound. It's a complete team win, though. But he's got to be your player of the game. What, 7 strikeouts? So
9.
9. Okay, so even better than what I thought. That's pretty dominant stuff. 4 innings, 9 strikeouts.
Yeah, should have been listening.
Yeah.
You're okay. I didn't give out offensive stats, though, for Jefferson, so I need to quickly
you do need to do
that here. 3 for 3 day for Dupree. He had 2 doubles and a 2 RBI single. Thomas had an RBI single as well as another RBI with a sac fly. He reached base a second time off a error. Smetic had an RBI single as well and a run via a walk. Willis had a 2 RBI day with a single. Corey had a single as well. Fletcher reached base 3 times. First via single, second via hit by pitch, and then in walk. Garrett had a single and scored a run as well. Craze reached base twice as he was hit by a pitch and singled. Looks like Kearns had an RBI single as well, and then Carney with a run as he came home on a base on balls too. So there you go. Got your stats in for you now, and that'll finally wrap things up for us here tonight in Shenandoah Junction. Back at it tomorrow for Martinsburg against Hedgesville, and that game time is 7 p.m. For Dylan Bishop, Kyler High, Alec Epperson, Nick Verzolini, I'm Colin McLaughlin signing off for tonight's championship game. Jefferson 10, South Berkeley nothing was your final score as Jefferson advances to the District 6 tournament. This is Little League All-Star Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Have a great rest of your evening.
We thank you for listening to live play-by-play coverage of Little League All-Star Baseball. Little League All-Star Baseball is a special sports broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR, Martinsburg. All rights reserved.